Hello everyone.
Yo.
How is it going? I hope everyone's doing well. Yeah,
How the fuck is it going?
Yeah, how is it going? I had a bit of a late start today because I was playing Salmon Run. It was
How were the salmons running?
it was all right.
Nice.
I didn't make a top 3 in the Blitzlance. I got 5 though,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
which is okay, I guess. All right, so we're continuing the first trial of Case 4.
One.
Let's see what we got. Alright, let's see. Here we go. There you go.
Oh, I don't think it's being shared on Discord.
Oh right, yeah. Let me fix that. There's usually some 1 or 2 things I tend to forget. Okay, there you go.
Hell yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe that Adrian... No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews.
Well, she is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her.
So after the ceremony, during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time.
See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your hakama.
Because she was the one who came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it really was her?
Yes. She is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida.
But why? I thought she was buds with Juan.
She has her own agenda.
Her own agenda? Oh, you're saying she's a lesbian. Yeah, I knew that.
Thank you. Thank you.
What are you talking about?
I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today.
Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude?
Phoenix. You think her motive is related to Celeste Impax's missing suicide note, right?
Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impax as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impax suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it. The person thought to have hidden it
Is Juan Corrida the victim of this murder?
and that's why I think Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida. All to get the suicide note back.
That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me.
What?
Who was it that first told us about the relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impax.
It was Edgeworth.
It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. Alright, time for court.
Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please.
Prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room. What is your occupation?
I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Ongard.
I see. Now then,
Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request.
yes, sure. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently.
No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland.
If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter. Or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing.
But I didn't kill him.
No one is accusing you of that.
I think there's someone who would beg to differ.
I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews.
Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place.
When I found the body. Okay. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. And there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice.
You poured yourself a glass of juice?
Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
Your Honor, she was thirsty. Needed to drink bottled water. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match.
Yes, I know.
In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing.
Disrupt her pacing?
She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? Okay. So we'll press this first statement. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. Press this one first.
And what was Mr. Ongard doing at the time?
He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his many performances as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony.
Mr. Ongard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes?
Excuse me? It's? What are you...
I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Ongod's knife from his room?
No.
Subject, verb, object, right? Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue.
After that, I went to Juan's room.
And why did you do that?
As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes.
So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh?
We'll press further.
Is that the only reason?
I beg your pardon? What are you implying?
You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to it, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim?
Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at the time.
I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess.
May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room?
And there was his dead body. I was in shock. Press this.
You were in shock?
What? Was I not supposed to be?
Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corrida.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked.
Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not.
I see.
What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo.
This is the photo you're referring to, correct?
Yes, the one with a knife lodged in his chest.
And the guitar case is like this too?
Yes, it was open and empty, of course.
Then, what did you do next, witness?
I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice.
Juice?
Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself.
But you didn't drink any of it, did you?
Huh?
There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it.
I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it.
Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corrida, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct?
And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time.
Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you.
Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. But one thing.
What one thing?
Never mind. It's no big deal.
What was she starting to say just now?
Do we press... I think we can press further, yeah.
That's a bit sussy.
Yeah.
Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was.
Actually, so would I.
Hi, Finchy. How's it going?
Hello.
I hope you are doing well today. I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over.
Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards?
It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Why did you withhold such an important piece of information?
I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess.
It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Trying your best. Yeah, the stuff you were going through earlier. Yeah, it's gotta be tough, but I hope it. I'm glad to hear you are pulling through at the very least. I'm doing all right. Just had a bit of a late start, but I'm okay. I was the one who knocked the flower vase over, where it fell onto the guitar case. Let's press this.
What kind of flower vase was it?
It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take one's pulse, so I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser. And that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase.
That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself.
That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality.
Find the gap.
The gap.
Doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now.
I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. Only way to make her is to...
Keep on the offensive and not let up.
The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence.
I have to find something. I just have to. For Maya's sake.
Okay, so... what do we have, then? Let's look through our evidence. Okay, so... make sure to take it in the hallway right after them. I feel like this... let me see. Well, it already came up last time, so maybe not this time. Okay, so which of these statements was it on? Went to get Matt from his room, then went to Juan's room. The exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. Okay. These hips don't lie. Alright, let's see. They're spitting mad truth right now about how sore they are. Oh. Dang it. Alright, so... what do we have that contradicts... well, where is the contradiction? We gotta find that out. Something strong and decisive. Okay, so the photo, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I feel like the contradiction has to be there somewhere.
So I feel like, it might be better to attack the line that got added, like, especially because it's like talking about a mistake that she made.
That is true.
It might help throw off her game.
Yeah. Hey Kovis, how's it going? Hope you're doing well.
Hey.
Okay, so she was the one who knocked the flower vase over, apparently.
Could she?
Or fell onto the guitar case. Okay. There is some water, but only on top of the lid. Okay, yeah, that is suspicious. Because, like... And let's go back to it again. Yeah, I'm doing alright, by the way. Alright, let me press this. Also, how are you doing today, Saffron?
Pretty good. Still, God, I'm so fucking hype over those gay cats.
I see. Let's pulse. Glass down on the dresser. Okay. Accidentally hit the vase. Gay cats. Oh yeah, what was it?
I commissioned art of my Incineroar, and Meowscarada kissing.
Ah, I see. Hell yeah. Alright, let's see. I think it's in this statement. Let's see. That's the photo. The guitar case was like this. It was open and empty.
That's sus.
Yeah. That is pretty suspicious, actually. Alright. I think I know what to present now. We'll present the guitar case on this statement. I feel like that's where we go. Because it's only... Yeah, only on top of the lid. Didn't say anything about it being inside the case. Yeah, let's go with it.
You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct?
Yes.
And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case?
Is there some problem with what I said?
It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside.
Yeah, it was a small salmon run tournament where we just play like the first half. Yeah, the first. I think it was the first hour of the current rotation. That's what we did.
That's very true.
Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case.
And what is that?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
And what is wrong with that?
If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards should be inside, not outside the case.
What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over. Is that all?
No. think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Adam.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case.
But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all.
That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it?
It seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright? Do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
Yeah, we do actually, because we still haven't addressed that. Addressed that that she claims to have found it open, but only the outside is wet. Why is that?
Why the hell is that?
The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this. But it is you.
I can't believe I'm doing this either.
Alright, I'll follow along, for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. The guitar case. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Okay.
It looks like this really wasn't a very important point.
This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting.
Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination.
Using any way to change the topic, a convenient escape for a weak man.
Okay. Let's press here. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. Let's press this one.
During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind?
Well, you see,
Are you sure you were the one who opened the guitar case?
she's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not.
Sounds like her dependent side is taking over.
Well, Miss Andrews?
Yes, it was me. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. Okay, but if that's the the case, if that's true, then where are your fingerprints?
Fuck are they, Adrian?
Yeah, where are the fucking fingerprints, huh? That's wands on there. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. Let's press.
So, you opened the guitar case then?
Yes. Well, maybe.
Why did you open the guitar case?
Huh?
Mr. Kurita's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case.
As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it.
Why would she care about the bright red guitar?
This is symbol, right?
Thank you for the redeem, Gomez.
Even if he's dead, his guitar can live on.
Exactly. It can be passed on to the next Jammin' Ninja.
So if that's the case, get it? Because it's a guitar case and a trial case, and it's the case of events. And, I'll be honest, I don't know where I was going with that. It sounded funnier in my head.
Thank you for the redeem, Gomez. But, getting back on topic. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all.
Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside.
How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention.
Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright.
Sorry.
As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Yes.
Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body?
Yes, that's probably it.
I'm not gonna get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. Only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try.
Come on, Phoenix. Can't afford to let up on her now.
I wasn't planning on letting up, but
She's at her weakest now, so this is our chance.
now if we had a weapon to hit her with...
I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. Okay. So which... let's see. Let's look at these points again and see which one to attack. Covered you clearly, dazed, open the case. While you open the case. Oops. Alright, so I think it's... yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the main point we focus on. She claims to have opened the guitar case.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
And she obviously wouldn't have had gloves on or anything because she left her prints on the glass.
right. Yeah, so I think this is one of those times where we just present the same piece of evidence again.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, let's do it.
There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case.
Why would you say that?
It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim.
What is it, Miss Andrews?
You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case.
What do you mean?
What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? You were not. You were fucking not. Come on. We went over this. What do you mean? Okay. Literally, what the fuck is this then? We've gone
You
to...
You always take your gloves off when you're pouring juice, you know?
Surely. I'm now on that end of the Ace Attorney game where I'm just like, no. That's not what happened. That did not fucking happen. I was wearing gloves at the time, even though everything suggests otherwise.
Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time?
It was the night of the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
No, that's pretty fucking strange, actually. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? Literally literally this? What do you mean?
I have your proof right here. This wine glass.
The wine glass?
You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case?
That one got it.
Order! Order! Order!
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time.
What do you mean?
I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here.
But it's just an empty case.
I wonder if it really was empty, though.
But the bright red guitar was at the studio.
Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar.
You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either.
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case...
Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided...
No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. Which means that the case was closed when the crime took place.
Must have been a bright black guitar instead, surely.
However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene.
I love Judge Judy. How fast would these go if she was the judge instead?
Just Judge Judy just glaring at whoever is being the most annoying right now and tapping her wrist.
Someone needs to write that. we need the Judy versus old bag courtroom scene.
I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder.
Can Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Well... Let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar not being the only thing? You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar was inside the...
He read chat!
Wait, Kovis, did you... Kovis, did you just... were you making that up on the spot, Kovis? Did you not actually... Oh my god.
Perfect.
Amazing.
So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, Wright?
I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove.
Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet.
You thought it'd be funny. You are simply on the same wavelength as Shu Takumi.
Takumi, he knew he always knows what chat's gonna say.
He always do. Alright.
Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder?
That is a good question. Oh, you know what? I feel like I have an idea.
Oh?
Alright, let's see here. Alright, let's see. So... Okay, so let's age read. Found by Juan Corrida, huh? Yeah, isn't that a little suspicious? Yeah, that's... This is the only thing that could have been found, yeah.
And he found Celeste in Pax's body?
Surely. Inside the guitar case. Alright, we'll present this.
And why would something like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one?
Why, Mr. Wright? Why?
Well, I just thought it might have been possible. I guess this is a case of... Well, wait a minute. It says found... Okay, alright. It's a
Yeah,
red...
it's saying that Celeste in Pax was when she committed suicide was found by Juan.
I see.
It's questioning whether the suicide note was... Well, the suicide note is presumed to have existed, but still has yet to be officially found.
I see. I thought it might have been related.
I have a suggestion. Why don't you put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be?
Yes, and never bring it out again.
And a foolishly foolish fool gets in love?
You still think you can prove your theory? Can you prove that the guitar case was not empty at the time of the murder?
I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove.
Right, and that's the same dialogue, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, I guess that'll come to light at some point.
Perhaps.
Okay, so... Alright, empty. I mean, you were saying something earlier. Is that... Would that really be true, though? Like, is it? Like, Like
Is what true?
Celeste impacts in the guitar case. Like,
Her body was not in the guitar case.
yeah, that's like,
He,
no, that
he,
would,
he did not dig her up.
yeah. I thought, okay, I see. You should make this your ringtone. Okay, so what else could have been in there? It just gets more and more stressful the longer you don't pick up it. Let's see. What else could have been in there then? Let's see, was I guess what I want to know is, was I on the right track, or is there something else I'm missing?
No, it's not related to Celeste impacts.
I see. Welcome in, Index. Hope you're doing well. Jammin' Ninja's egg. The egg. Okay, so...
Pity was taken from the nest so soon.
Alright, so it is an object, though. Right, that's what we're getting at.
Yeah, there had to be something there.
Okay, but what, I wonder? Nothing to do with Celeste impacts. Okay, so... What about Adrian Andrews, then? Does that have something to do with her?
Is there anything that she might have used in the case?
The only thing I can think of is the knife.
But she had to get that. Like, we know where that one came from.
Yeah. So it's not that. Alright, so what else could have been in there? Back to the murder scene, I guess? Let's see, what else could have been inside that case, I wonder? Let's see. Let's see. What could have been in there, I wonder? Something that Adrian used?
Right.
What could it have been? Well, we already know, yeah, okay, so we've already eliminated the knife. Let's look through all the evidence carefully. Just go by process of elimination. Okay, so it's not the ticket. The radio transceiver? I don't know. I don't know. Definitely not this. Not the camera. And then magazine clipping? No, that was with the camera, so it's not that. It's not the hotel guide map. Not the case itself, obviously.
Okay, exhibit.
Okay, exhibit. Wine glass. No, I don't think that makes much sense either. The crime photo. The button was on his costume, so it's not that. We've already presented this, and it's not relevant. This, I don't think It was something she used, so this wouldn't make sense either, I don't think.
Right.
Autopsy report doesn't tell us anything either. The knife, we know where that comes from. This photo was also with the camera, so that doesn't mean anything either. It's not relevant to this right now. Okay, so what we're down to is the transceiver and something else.
Could it be something that you don't have the actual item in your inventory?
Possibly. Also, thanks for the follow, by the way. I keep those anonymous for people who wish to follow and lurk, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Yes. I think we have the Francisca von Karma here, right now. Saffron?
This is truly concerning. Why the hell aren't you in the hospital? You're still recovering.
Yeah. See,
This is get the fuck back in the hospital right now.
See, I knew what it was. I just didn't want to blow your cover. That's the only thing. Look at man. Hope your recovery is going well. Ghost type with the jewel eyes. Alright, let's see here. The only I don't think So the only couple things I can think of don't really make much sense. But I guess it has to be one of them, right? For what was inside this case. I've narrowed it down to the to the wine glass. Why would it be the wine glass? A doctor who gives meds to his patients is a description. Is it true? Are you Dr. Sableye? Is this true, Saffron?
Listen, the doctorate isn't recognized in every or any county, but
I'm sure it's fine. Get some pain meds. Kovis really needs those
yeah.
pain meds.
Yeah, for sure. I just
Thank you for the head
reach in my
meds.
pocket and drop just a handful of fucking opals in your palm.
There you go. Okay, meds. Alright. So this wine glass is like the only thing I can think of because it does have her fingerprints on it.
So, what I was meaning before was if there was something that you wouldn't have with you but might be depicted on a piece of evidence.
I see. What's your question? What's your question, Von Karma? That is...
Is this a Dr. Hody joke?
Yeah. Is it? You know, that character. You know, I think I see what you're getting at though, Saffron. Something you would need that's depicted. Yeah, you know what? I think...
You're welcome, Cobus.
Everyone's enthusiasm at Bodhi shows up in a conversation.
Just the absolute joy that spreads through the gathering.
Almost as great as, you know, that one other character.
That character.
Like Saffron. Everyone is always taking a large pause to really appreciate the beauty and amazement of Hoodie's skills and personality.
Truly just moment of silence.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and present this. Alright. Present it. So many others are like it, appreciating Hody is the best Ace Attorney character. Yeah, you know. It is. It is, in fact. I mean, I did also know a Fennel, so well, I still do actually. Saffron, are you spicy? Can you confirm? Asks Kovis. Can you confirm, Saffron?
Extremely spicy.
There you go. There's your answer.
I'm sort of a red string.
A fate, one could say. On what spice level scale?
No, I fetched high prices when I was sold on the Silk Road.
Don't do well with spice? Oof.
This is...
like ghost pepper?
Oh, no. No.
This
Like,
is...
I don't think it's anything that's like really measured in Scovilles.
I see.
This is a photograph.
Yes, but what is important is what's in that picture, Your Honor.
In this picture?
It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I am proposing is... inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume.
You had what some friends called the mildest curry ever to the point where they couldn't even taste the spice, and yet you were getting red.
Yeah.
So, some people's spice tolerances are just built different, I think.
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Right. Are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Your spice tolerance is just built different in a bad way. Oof, I feel like it's just something you have to build up over time. Like, I used to not handle it well, but I just kept eating spicy stuff to build up my tolerance.
You heard Ruby. You have to eat me.
Welcome, miss.
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct?
You mean this photo? Order! Order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix.
Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later.
It's Saffron, how would you be able to get your pain meds? That's true.
I am the pain med.
He is the pain med.
So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume.
Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt Onguard's. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places.
True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case?
How long does your pain med effect last?
Long enough.
Long enough. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm willing to believe it was stolen. Yeah, it was stolen from Onguard. Yeah, cause why else would he have not? Well, that was one reason he couldn't have shown up. Yeah, no, it was. He was sleeping. There's yeah. It's clicking together.
They're falling into place. The dots are being connected.
Yeah, he was. We've established that Matt was sleeping at the time, so she could have easily stolen the costume in that time.
You've established that he was a sleepy boy, Your Honor.
We know this. We know this to be true.
I think it may have been stolen from Mr. Onguard.
Stolen? Why would someone do such a thing?
Maybe the thief wanted to interfere with the post-ceremony stage show.
This makes it sound like you're gonna get high. Well...
So, if he didn't have his costume, Mr. Onguard would be forced to go naked.
Maybe you should be stripped naked and run out from making a mockery of this court. Maybe I should do it, How would you like that,
Excuse me? I didn't know you were into that, Edgeworth.
Then you are a fool. Mr. Matt Onguard did not take his costume off after the award ceremony. He even testified that he took a nap while still wearing his costume. Is this not correct?
Yeah, he did say something like that, didn't he? Well, if you really want that so bad, see me after court, Edgeworth.
That's what I thought. Let's try that one more time, shall we, Mr. Wright?
Alright, so... spare costume.
Mr. Onguard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we're talking about was a spare one.
What?
Then, you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 nickel samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
How do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case?
It would mean that the victim himself had brought the spare to the ceremony on purpose.
But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the German ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai's spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
And therein lies the sticking point.
What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue? Have you not been blue texting at all?
Huh? No, I just...
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai's spare costume?
Felix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer. And answer with gusto. I believe in you.
Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was... You have to present evidence, okay.
Yep.
So... what do we have? What can we present? Let's see... Nickel Samurai is to confess something after the show? Is that it? I feel like... Yeah, I feel like that's what we... Let's see. Yeah, nothing else here seems relevant to that point. Just this. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's just this. Yeah, none of the other evidence seems to suggest something else.
What is this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For once you're not making something up, right?
But what struck me as strange was that Mr. OnGuard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
But how can that be?
The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida himself.
The victim?
Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corrida was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai.
He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However...
New music. Not new, but you know.
What I'm concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Which means that Juan Corrida, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak up about Matt OnGuard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean.
But if that's the case... That's not a confession, that's public disclosure.
Miss Andrews?
I can see why you're a pros at what you do.
Pardon me?
Yes, just as you say. The press conference was set up by one.
Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me.
You?
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway.
Was going to ruin him, huh?
It looked like somehow, Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. What?
And do you know what this secret of Mr. Ongart's is, Miss Andrews?
That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
No, come on. Juan was the Jammin' Ninja. You can't make On Guard break out the ukulele.
Ah, I see.
I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone. But that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all.
Protect Mr. Onguard?
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand. Okay. Protecting Matt. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course. The button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him.
This does account for everything.
Well, I am the logical type. Thank you for the head pat, Scobus. Finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit.
If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine, Mr. Wright.
Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down.
Okay. Protecting Matt. Let's see what this gets us. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Just this one.
Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you?
Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own.
Damn.
If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things.
3 things?
A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix.
They didn't teach that to us in school. At least, not from what I remember.
Oh my god, Gomez. Not those 3 things.
He's about to go fucking ape on this courtroom.
May I continue now? Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. Just this one.
So would you say this need came from the press conference?
Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt Ongard.
And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes. Because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume.
But I'm sure Mr. Ongard himself didn't know anything about the press conference.
Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference?
Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony.
Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony, if you please.
Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Press this.
Has Mr. Ongard done something to her to betray you personally?
Why do you ask?
You were the one who helped Mr. Kurita with his press conference. And that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Ongard, yet you still helped out.
The person on trial right now is Mr. Ongard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill.
Why do I keep doing this to myself?
He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. Space.
But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Ongard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. Ongard?
I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. You can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however.
The judge is glaring straight at Mia.
He's glaring at you, smart guy. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course. The button and the knife. Press this.
You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage.
Then, what about the button?
The button?
It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. Mia showing the power of the Fae by reading your mind.
Really is just canon.
And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the gem and Ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, correct?
That button was found in the pleats of That button was found in the pleats of Matt's Hakama, isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence.
Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright.
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony.
I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
Thank goodness Mia can still look at me.
With an icy stare, yes.
Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
This might be Wright's most brutal cross-examination yet.
I mean, all this and he still doesn't take any of it personally. All of it just rolls right off of him. That button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt.
And how do you know that?
When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly. Or so I heard.
I've heard that before, too. Why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail?
Don't look at me like that. Just because I'm prepared and you are not.
I thought I had her this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what?
Doesn't care about anything else other than the case in Edgeworth. Yeah. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. Yes, press.
But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time.
Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it?
This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Rongard at any time. Why then would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Kurita planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Rongard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant.
This isn't the Phoenix Wright wax philosophical power hour. And please, stop slandering the witness.
As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid.
Really? Because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more.
They're pretty whack-winded to me.
Maybe. just a little dupiter. You should know this by now. But you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk.
Got it, Chief. I'm gonna pin you down this time, Miss Andrews.
Okay, so we did say that. Let's see. The game did say that this. It did imply that this was the statement to attack. Right, but the question is.
Yep.
Let's press again, see what it says. Okay, so how do you know that? Ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, found to fit together perfectly, or so she heard. Okay. Yeah, why would she know about this case? Anything to trip her up on, it has to be here, but where and what? Okay. Yeah, how does she know that so well? And how do we catch her on that? Let's look at what we have. Okay, so okay, so torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. Okay, so how do we trip her up on this? What do we have? Okay, so nothing really in here seems relevant. Let's look at the photo again, see if it tells us anything. Okay, I mean, it is missing a button. Yeah, it is missing a button. Okay, so... Was there anything else in here, then? Let's see... Strangle with a scarf and stab with a knife. Okay. Does this do these disprove? I wonder. Yeah, You got it, Kobus. Let's see, do you need to... Let's look back at her previous statements then, because we did it. That is how we got the other one. We reviewed the other statements to find our answer. So let's see what she says. Can't really test it though, I see. So, this doesn't tell us anything. 3 things. Motive, opportunity, decisive evidence. Okay. So that doesn't tell us anything we don't already know. Press this one. Trying to slowly recall this case the 3 times you watched it 3 years ago. I was supposed to bring down Mr. On Guard, still helped out. Okay. That also doesn't really tell us anything new. Didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. Okay. It's fair that Mr. Ongar was taking a nap. So he was sleeping. He was sleeping the entire time. Cannot say. Okay. Too busy setting up the stage at the time. Okay. Turn off one during his fight with Matt. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that also didn't tell us anything, because we pressed that one already. Press this one. Stab the guy in the back at the worst possible time. Okay. When it's good to disclose things of a strong guard at any time. Why wait until there's a large audience? Same reason. Just remember as much damage as possibly could. There's ill will towards an offender. Okay, so... I don't know, from what we've gathered so far, I haven't really gotten anything new out of it. Reviewed all the statements, and I'm still not quite sure where to go from here.
I think that the best thing to do right now is to think about the sequence of events.
Okay, so let's see. Alright, so the time of death was 8:15 p.m. Strangle with a scarf, stab with a knife. Okay, and then she claims to have come in afterwards and poured herself a glass of tomato juice.
Not necessarily even that far ahead, just the sequence of events of what happened, of what she is saying happened between Matt and Juan.
Just during the fight they supposedly had?
Yeah.
Okay, so... motive was... let's see... He's the murderer. Know what his motive was. Right. Have now life for what he was doing. Button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. Okay, so that's what she's claiming.
Yep.
Let's put threads and button comes in matched up together perfectly. Okay. Okay, so let's see. So she says they were fighting. Okay. Then cause of death was strangled with a scarf, stabbed with a knife. Okay. What else has she said so far besides the fact that they had a fight?
It's mainly just that and this detail. This detail about the button being torn off during the fight.
Okay. Let's see. So was it? I guess, let me see. So why was it torn off? Or I guess, let me see. That's what I'm not getting. Like, why was it torn off? I guess that's where I'm at now.
So what she's saying is that it wasn't like intentionally torn off. It just came loose while they were struggling. Well, it was ripped off while they were struggling, and Matt didn't notice it like getting stuck in his hakama.
Yeah. Is that what they're saying?
That's what she's saying. Yeah.
Okay, so how do we get her on this then? I guess the autopsy reports? That's what I'm leaning towards. It's probably not right, though.
It'd definitely be good to think about the autopsy report for a bit.
Yeah, so strangled with a scarf and then stabbed with a knife. Yeah, okay, so let's think about it. Why? Let's see. So then stab with a... Okay, so it had to... So it's covered in Kurita's blood, so it would have had to have been after he got stabbed with a knife.
Right.
Okay, so she claims it was torn off during the fight, but if it's covered in his blood, then this button would have to have come loose after he was already dead and thus stabbed. So I feel like I'm getting there, yeah. Yeah, you know what, I think this is where I present the autopsy, yeah. This might be where I present the autopsy report, maybe? Yeah. I feel like I go with this, yeah. Let's do it.
Alright.
Let's present.
This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf.
Strangulation?
The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off the costume when?
After the knife was stabbed into the victim.
Exactly. Which means it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle, because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body.
Order! Order! What is the meaning?
What is the meaning of this, Wright?
That was my line.
It's so good. So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change?
Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve?
What purpose?
We now know this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it?
To destroy evidence? Where did that come from?
Memento of the crime, just put it on their little murder scrapbook.
Just get a little frame for it.
Yeah.
like they do with those bugs. Yeah. Pin the crime on guard.
There's only one logical reason for doing something like that.
Just put it in the incinerator.
It was to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There's no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants. That's right. Mr. On Guard was set up. By the real killer, of course.
The incinerator.
And the real murderer is? Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world was the real killer then?
Finally. Can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point.
Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end.
The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. On Guard is...
Alright, so weird that it puts us in evidence first, and we should be in... Well, I guess it was just a technical limitation? I don't know. Anyway, we go to profiles.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean... There's really nobody else it could be, so... Yeah, Adrian Andrews.
Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you. You are Mr. Kurita's killer.
What?
Order! 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 Mr. Wright! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge?
Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews.
Preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. What would Adrian Andrews' Poke Soda be? That's a good question. Well, good question, actually. What would it be?
Definitely one of the... Probably... Like, I kind of want to say Gardevoir just because, you know, the extreme emotional connection.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see Gardevoir.
I can't, can I? Would you care to test me?
Then what about this knife?
The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. Ongard, naturally. The knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him, and knew which knife to take, was you.
Adrian Andrews about to summon a black hole. Then, what about the button that was found in Matsukama?
This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer.
Bye-bye glasses. No, she has an extra pair.
However,
She has a box of extra pairs.
However, if Mr. Ongard was the real killer, there's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama.
Would he have a spare pair of glasses ready in case they randomly explode? Like, if you're... I feel like if you're a plaintiff in an Ace Attorney case, you have to have spares of any small article of clothing. You know, like a spare scarf or hat, and glasses. You just gotta have spares on you.
Oh, yeah.
The only person who could have put this button into Mr. Ongard's Hakama was the person who went to wake him up from his nap. Which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews.
Spare or... yeah.
I see. What about the empty guitar case?
That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews.
No,
But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time.
That's right.
Yeah, Edgeworth packed some spare clothes in case the in-between trial.
That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposefully left her fingerprints in the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. To top it all off, there's this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Ongard. he would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not?
Please, stop.
Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time.
Hey, Pass, how's it going? Hope you're doing well.
Miss Andrews?
I refuse to testify.
What was that?
Hey, James, hope you're also doing well.
Hello.
There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me.
Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination.
Adrian is pleading the fifth.
Yeah.
By allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What?
Phoenix didn't.
That must be dumb.
Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot.
Well, they should.
Actually,
This is brought to you by Shut the Fuck Up Friday.
So true.
Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Onguard's room,
Adrian Andrews,
Yes?
think hard about what we just discussed. Understood?
Alright.
that's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head.
Is it Friday? Because Friday's the fifth day of the week.
You're so right. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things looked bad.
You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done?
What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence?
What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless.
What?
Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Ignore the fact that that describes literally every case that isn't caught on video.
Circumstantial?
Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida.
Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corrida?
I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
But, Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence.
No! She's taking that defiant attitude again! Mia!
This bitch being aware of her rights.
What is so humorous? I don't know, you're on. My humorous.
Mia! What should we do?
Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation.
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify. And the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid, definitive proof.
But that's not true.
In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do. That is to declare a recess.
Recess?
I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. At tomorrow's trial.
Tomorrow? We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. Trial. Please continue the trial.
What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya...
But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
It is not impossible for this trial to continue.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you...
It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
Yes, that is very true, but...
Actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yes, and?
I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice.
So my actions were unusual? But I've already...
Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect.
Testify?
Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
Don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? Just don't know.
Court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please.
When I found the body. Okay. That glass of juice. I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. Tuan. He was sitting slumped over and tired-looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he just fainted or something. So I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. Okay. Love this case. It's great. It's a great case.
So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left.
I know. Edgeworth, the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Okay, let's see what we can get out of this. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. Let's press this one.
But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right?
Of course not.
Then what did you pour it for?
Mr. Wright, there is a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you?
In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen.
Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself. I love this emote. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. Yes.
So, it was a mess? You sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Kurita?
I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness?
Right, so... But... He was sitting slumped over and tired-looking in the corner.
Slumped over?
Yes. He was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping.
Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd?
I thought he was also an easy little boy, Your Honor.
When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Yes.
Then what did cross your mind?
I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. And then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought.
I see, so you didn't think he was dead at all.
To be honest, I thought he just fainted or something. So I went to pour him some juice.
You thought he fainted?
I thought he was asleep at first. But then, the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone.
And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice.
Yes. He always has a hard time waking up. So one always has a glass of tomato juice to drink.
I see. After that, what happened next?
It's a funny story, Adrian. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
And how did you come to realize that he was in fact dead?
I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backward.
You knocked the flower vase over, so that's what happened.
Yes. This is what it all comes down to.
Huh?
This is the absolute end for both sides. Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix. Now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case.
Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, you tell us the truth this time?
Okay, so I think... Let's see, was it this one that it... Let's see. Mr. Kurita... Let's see. Evidence. Okay, so it wasn't this one, it was... Is this the one it wanted us to attack? Let's see. Really looked like he was sleeping. Yeah, okay. He really looked like he was sleeping, huh?
Just
Are you sure?
so tired.
So tired.
So sleepy.
Please ignore the knife in his chest.
Do you not go to bed with a knife in your chest?
Not usually.
Why not? How do you even get to sleep?
I don't know, it just happens. One could almost say dead tired. Hold on, I got it. I'm gonna play this on stream right now. There you go. Alright. Yeah, I think this is good enough here. let's present it. Alright.
Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. This is the generic statement, so you know you're going to lose points. Sorry, I guess you should have picked something relevant.
Does? I don't see anything contradictory.
I'm just gonna... Hold on a sec. Let me just... Are you fucking serious? Really? Really? I had to zoom in for that one.
See, I'm telling you, just normal sleepy time behavior.
So normal.
Huh? Really? He literally has a fucking knife in his chest, Your Honor. What the fuck are you talking about?
Objection denied. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright.
Whoops! This game thinks we're fucking stupid.
Okay. They say justice is blind, that there's this guy. Like, okay. Fucking... Alright. Really? That's
oh
like...
wait, can you advance a dialogue?
Okay. To which one? Not that he was dead. Okay. Not that he was dead.
Okay, yeah, I think they might want you to present it on this one.
Weird that they say this is the one that's like... Okay, so it's like... So they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they imply that this is the statement you're supposed to attack. And then press on this one, and it's like... Okay. Flash your fingerprint anchor... Okay. Yeah, that doesn't imply anything like it did with the previous one, even though... Even though that's what happened, like, earlier in this trial. I don't get this game sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Alright, I guess we present on this one, then. That's just the game going, sorry, you didn't present on the right fucking statement, so we're penalizing you because we think you're an idiot. Like, just... It quite literally insists upon itself. But anyway, yeah, this... I think this might be where I present the photo then. Alright. Present. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? I feel like we could have gotten to this earlier, but okay. No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body?
What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Kurita's chest. Anyone who saw the scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man.
That's... well, you see...
I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. The question is that a possibility? I mean, it's something a remake could have addressed. You know, it's like they remade this game, so they could have put that in there.
Your point is?
Miss Andrews, your testimony just now. It was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer.
Oh!
There's one situation in the first game where two pieces of evidence work for one statement. I suppose so, but like, could have had it work for like multiple statements. There are times there are more than one piece. Yeah. Sometimes more than one piece of evidence is valid, but like differing statements. Yeah, I don't think they do that.
It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. Defendant Mr. Matt Onguard is not guilty after all.
That's impossible. You're wrong.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt, I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan.
You were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself.
It's because...
Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
I refuse to testify.
There is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Onguard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it
Over? Have we found the truth at last?
What's wrong, Phoenix?
Usually, the real killer confesses his or her guilt.
Like on TV.
It's happened before? I mean, maybe, but yeah, it's a little ridiculous sometimes.
And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Onguard.
Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
What?
The reason is quite simple.
Of course.
This witness has yet to speak the absolute, real truth.
The absolute real truth? What are you...
Witness, don't you understand yet?
Huh?
I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head. But as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt Arngard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party.
That's a lie. I don't believe you.
What?
I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over. Matt would never be declared guilty.
What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma.
Huh?
Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
Then, right now, Miss Andrews is...
Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss von Karma. Don't say a word no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Arngard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging onto them.
Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get her not guilty. That is my only priority.
It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Oh, but please, someone, help me.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what he did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime.
Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there. Right?
Come now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Okay, so there's a couple things we can do here. And I mean, the court can't continue like this, so I don't think we're going to be getting our not guilty verdict that easily. She has to speak up. Like, that's the only way we're gonna get anything out of this. She has to testify.
I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. When she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews, I'd like to know what you're really hiding.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure, Mr. Arngard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end?
Wyatt, dare you? You're trying to trick me.
That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong.
What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However,
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court.
Stop.
Mr. Edgeworth?
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness,
What?
and because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past.
Stop. Stop.
No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here.
That's...
That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report.
What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
The secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world.
Please stop. I beg you. If people find out... I'll...
If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me.
Edgeworth, how can you be so cold?
However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips. No matter what I have to do. So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me.
I'll talk. But please, help me. Nothing matters anymore.
A crime.
When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume.
Stab the body? The knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man.
What do you mean by all of this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth.
The real killer is Matt. Scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
Last time?
So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corrida, in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime.
What? How is this possible? I mean, Wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
Oh, there's more. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest.
But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead?
He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf was a part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and to pour the juice. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan.
Us here.
What is this plan you had?
I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because one, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt.
So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button.
The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room.
That was so you could get the knife, correct?
The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button.
So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife.
It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. The horrible thing I did. At the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. And then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect.
So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Angard's Hakama.
Yes. That's what I had planned to do. Things never go that smoothly, do they? Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience.
An inconvenience?
There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway.
I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta.
Breaking news, Adrian Andrews admits to being controlled by a ghost to plan events of murder.
Adrian Andrews admits Fey ancestry.
There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth.
That's Miss Oldbag for you.
I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. That's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume.
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Yes. I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony.
You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct?
Yes. Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
Adrian Andrews admits to being controlled by Fey ancestry. Case chucked out because, as we know, magic isn't real.
Objection. Francisca proved that magic was real in case 2 too.
True.
And what is this secret?
That I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
I think we've heard enough. So, after that, you went back to Mr. Onguard's room and planted the button?
Into Matt's Sakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word! What does all of this mean?
Are you sure that Ben Moakram acted for magic is real in case 2-3? Oh my god.
They proved that magic. They proved that magic has it's that dark side that you don't really think about as a child.
God. Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Onguard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sent me down for a talk.
Francisca, huh?
She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor. The defense still...
Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. Cross-examination of this witness is over. So is today's trial. We couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
Oh, wait, it's the... Hold on. Chat. Phoenix being so desperate is so compelling. Also,
Yeah.
chat, we have this. We have this, by the way. we have a relevant emote for this. It's happening right now.
Live, not like Phoenix reaction.
I do not like Phoenix reaction. Welcome in, Woodrash. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're also doing well, Reggie. Everyone's coming out to post this. Hope you're all doing well. Phoenix is now fighting demons. And Torchic's sad. Just Torchic is here too.
Yeah.
Today's trial. It's over. I didn't win an acquittal.
Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Edgeworth?
What is it?
Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it?
Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember it at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright, I remembered just now. I found this in the room on that day.
The room?
That day?
Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there right next to him.
You found that card next to the victim's body?
I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right?
Yeah, I guess not. But it's still a strange card, if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why.
Witness, that card! Give it to me! Hurry!
Edgeworth?
You have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This... I can't believe you hid this from me all this time!
I didn't mean to. What is this all about?
I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. That card. What in the world is it? What does it mean?
To be continued. Oh shit.
Oh shit, indeed.
Yeah, what is that card?
Wait a minute, that card.
I knew exactly what you're referring to, Pass. Alright, we'll save over this. Okay, so... Investigation. Alright. We're
Oh,
back
yeah.
we're back to investigating now, I guess.
Yep.
Alright. We're back in the offices now. Okay. Well, we will come back to this next week. God, there is so much.
So much happening all at once.
And we still can't make sense of it all. Oh man, this this has been such a case.
Yep.
God, I know we gotta wrap up soon, but like I gotta know what happens next.
Oh yes, exactly.
I'm so invested now. God damn.
Yeah.
This case saves Justice for All from being bottom tier. Yeah. I can see it. Oh man. 6.5 hour stream. Well, I mean, it's like midnight for Saffron now, so
Let's just keep streaming just past my alarm.
surely. It's not like you gotta wake up early or anything, right?
I mean, just as long as we finish in the next 4.5 hours, I can technically, I can go to bed before my alarm.
Definitely.
Even just a couple minutes.
Definitely. All right. let's go to the ending screen. All right, let me get the playlist going. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, because I certainly did. All right.
It's a roller coaster.
God, there's so much. Yeah, we're gonna be back on Tuesday. We're looking at some extra stuff in Night in the Woods now that we're finished with the story. Speaking of roller coasters. You've played Night in the Woods before, right, Saffron?
I have not actually.
Oh, huh. Yeah, do you have it?
I would have to double check.
Hmm. If you bought that one big like the Itch.io bundle, the Racial Justice and Equality bundle, you should have it. I know it came with that.
Yeah, and I definitely have it, but I might not have redeemed the code thing.
I see. Yeah, if you bought that bundle, then you should have the game. Just speaking of roller coaster stories. God, I did not expect the direction it was going in at all. I'd recommend checking it out.
All right.
And you get to see more Greg and Angus content.
So true.
I know it's in your Switch library, barely touched it. I see. I'm really glad I decided to play it. It's also really great. Yeah, we'll do... Tuesday will be our last stream of the game. We're just gonna be looking at the extras. But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. Let me drop these links in the chat for whoever's interested. That's my server, those are my socials, for anyone who may want them. And yeah, that will do it for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and raid Borelli Blue. She's streaming some Cyberpunk right now, so we'll go say hi to her. So I think it's been a while since I've raided her. I think it's been a minute. So yeah, we will go say hi. That will do it. So everybody, let me start the raid first. Okay. Make sure we got... Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so everybody take care, have a good time of day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.